G'day, Nikki here from Purple Patch Fishing. Well, this time I'm coming to you from the magnificent Mallacoota Inlet. It's the middle of winter, the sun's shining, there's no wind, it's just magnificent conditions. We're going to be throwing little bits of metal at schools of bream. Okay, so remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video, let's go catch some bream. All right, we've just sounded up a heap of fish on the sounder, so we've put the electric down and going to chuck some vibes out and catch them. Just wait for the lure to hit the bottom. I'm just going to do some nice small hops off the bottom. See what we can get. There's heaps of fish on the sounder, and they have been biting really well this weekend, so just I'm waiting for that lure just to hit the bottom. I know when it's hit the bottom because my line it's sort of flat, and then it'll get a loop in it. And just lift it a little bit, a foot off the bottom, let it sink. We're just off the flats. The flats are in the background. We thought we'd have a go out in the deep. There is a nice breeze. The water's a bit discoloured, so it should make for reasonably easy catching, hopefully. They're on the chew. And I'm working the lure all the way back to the boat because they could, they're under the boat as well. They're all over the place. So you've got all that whole distance to work your lure back. Yeah, there we go. Oh. It's a brown one. Didn't want a brown one, but I'll take a brown one. Just nice little lifts. You can feel the vibration of the lure through my rod, so I know that it's working. Now don't leave it on the bottom for very long, half a second. No more than a sort of a second, second and a half, really. It's a lure with action and sound. There we go. Oh, it's got a little bit of weight. Hop, hop, hop. It's another brown fish. Alright, so this lure is really, really good for flathead. The flathead love it. And I was chasing bream, but in winter the flathead really love this lure. And those little stinger hooks are getting it right in the corner of the mouth, which is good because you don't want to lose your lures. There we go. Nice little flatty. Pop him back. Off he goes, straight under the boat. Right, now let's get a bream. I'm at the fabulous Mallacoota Inlet, and it's winter time. That means the bream are starting to school up. So we're going to do some vibe fishing. What's vibe fishing, you may say? All right, vibe fishing is using little metal lures. They vibrate. This is your traditional fish style, and it's got treble hooks on it. And this is a prawn shape style, and it's got stinger hooks, so it's got two little hooks that hang out the back. Both are really, really effective lures to use. It just depends which one's working on the day. There's a variety of colours. Black is a really good colour for this area, but so is the yellow. The Gippy yellow can work really well as well. So I'll go run you through the gear that I'm going to throw these vibes. All right, so the rod that I'm using today is a 3 to 4 kilo rod. I would usually recommend a 2 to 4 kilo rod, but I'm in particularly like this rod because it's a little bit heavier, but it's also got a fast taper. Now, when using a vibe, because the rod is a bit stiffer, every time I lift the tip of that rod, the lure goes the same distance. So if I lift it 1 foot off the bottom, I know that the lure is going to come up 1 foot. But it's also soft enough in the tip that if I'm using trebles or the stinger hooks, and I get the fish bite, it's not going to pull those hooks out. It's gentle enough so that when I lift, it's got enough give to not rip those hooks or bend those hooks. Now, this particular rod is a Dusk custom rod. It's the Intensity, and I've had it done in purple. It's lovely. I really, really like it. Now, the line I'm using a light braid. I've got 4-pound leader. I've just got a nice small light reel on there, and it's balanced really nice. I will put the actual specs of the rod and reel at the bottom, and you can have a look at that if you're interested in having a look at something like this. I love that sound. This feels a little bit better. Little bit better. That's a nice flatty. No, it's a nice brim, I mean. I've got so many brim flatty that I get my fish mixed up now. But that was nice. Just I lifted and I had weight. Nice fish, actually. Just going to back my drag off just a little bit. When you get your fish to the boat, you've really just got to take your time. Just wear him out and bring him up to the top. There he is. So he's come up the top, and now I can just scoop him up. Yay! Finally. I've got about 5 flatties. Now I've got the target species, which was Bream. I'll get these hooks out and I'll give you a look. Alright, here it is. That's a nice yellowfin Bream. He measures 38 centimetres to the tip of the tail. I know he's a yellow because he's got the really thick anal spike. He's got the sort of stripes on him, and he's a slightly different shape to a black. But nice healthy fish, ready to go back. Off he swims. Let's catch another one, hey? Alright, I can see on here there's some white dots out to the side, and out to this side too. I can see just white dots, a few fish about. So we're going to have a go here. Little school there, little bait fish. So it's amazing when it can show you. We just had a little location change. We've got the sounder on constantly, and we sort of couldn't see them under the boat, so they're sort of moving around a little bit, so we just sort of have a bit of a move and look at the side scan and see where they might be, and follow them, see if we can catch some more. It's just a beautiful morning here at Mallacoota. We've had some pretty horrendous weather the other day, and it's just getting better and better, and just a nice breeze. It's still fresh, but just absolutely glorious. Oh, this fish has got a bit of weight about it. He kind of had a couple of goes at it. Felt a hit and lifted, and there's nothing there, so I just dropped it back again, and he came back and grabbed it. Oh. Nice little lifts, wind down. Lift it up, lie down, and if he runs, you've just got to let him go. Right. There's no use fighting against the drag. You just let it go. And then you lift and you ride him back. Haven't seen it yet. Later up here, but the water's quite dark, so yeah, it's a nice bream. Oh, just grab that net. Get that ready. Once you've got that head out of the water, just drag them in. Oh, that's another quality Gippsland bream. Oh, actually, that's a really nice bream. I like that one. Give him a measure and see what he goes. Well, there you go. Here's a nice chunky fish. Let's get him back. Mid to high 30s. Lovely fish. Oh. There he goes. That was so much fun, and he was really heavy and hard. You just feel the thumping as they're trying to get away from you. It's such a great feeling. Absolutely love it. I love fishing. Just had another hit. No cigar on that one. Sometimes you've got to try not to strike it. It just like let the fish hook themselves. There's a fine line between letting the fish hook themselves and hooking the fish. There we go. Oh, actually, I didn't even feel that till I lifted that one. He's obviously followed it down. There's another nice bream. Easier to catch. Get that head out of the water and slide that net in underneath him. Oh, that's another nice quality fish. Look how healthy it is. Okay, just caught this. This is a black bream, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the live well, and I'll try and catch a yellowfin bream, and I'll put them side by side and can show you the difference between the two of them. Okay, so we managed to catch a yellowfin bream, so now we've got one of each to show you. This is the yellow and this is the black. Now, the differences between them are this yellowfin's very round, like a dinner plate. Black bream are a lot thinner and longer through the body. They've also got a different scale. They're quite like a bigger scale. This doesn't show it very well, but there's also, you can get some nice sort of black lines, bars through here. The tail on a yellowfin will have real black on the ends there, and the last thing is the anal fin is usually quite a lot thicker on a yellowfin than a black bream. So there you go, we managed to catch one of each. Well, how's that? We managed to get a yellowfin and a black bream. A beautiful fish. Let's get them back to swim off. We'll let this nice yellow go. Oh, we'll swim them off together, hey? Oh, how magnificent. Well, this place has got so much to offer. Why wouldn't you come here? This is a nice little fish. We just had a couple of really good screams. It took right off. Come on. It just, God, it ran. The water's quite dirty, so I haven't seen it yet. It's a nice frog. It's a nice flatty. No wonder it screamed off. I'm just gonna turn the engine off. Have a look at it in the water there. Oh, there it goes. Hang on. Let me get it back. You can have a look at it in the water. Come up in the water. Here it comes. Look at that. How's that? Pinged right in the corner of the jaw. I don't want to take its head out of the water because if you get their head out of the water, they thrash about and carry on. So, I'm going to get this net. Oh! No wonder he took off. And in you go, swim in. Oh! Oh, that's a nice flatty. Oh, I'll get the hooks out and we'll give you a look at this one. She's great. All right, this measures 54 centimetres, this flatty. Now with a dusky flathead, they once they're over 55 centimetres, you have to throw them back. That's between 30 and 55 centimetres. You can keep them for a feed. We're not going to keep this one. We're not looking for a feed today, but beautiful fish. Now also I'm supporting the belly on this. I've got my thumb in the mouth and I'm holding that quite firmly, but supporting the belly, because the last thing you want to do is hold it up by its jaw and break its jaw. So we've really got to look after these fish when we're going to return them to the water. So let's give her a swim. All right. So once she's in the water, I can let go that belly and just give her a little swim. Oh, she's certainly ready to swim off, but how magnificent is she? Oh, all right, all right. Okay, there she goes. Oh, a magnificent, healthy specimen. Oh, that whacked the lure, that one. Oh, got some nice weight too. Coming round. I love it when you say that. Oh, it's got some good weight, and that was, you know, whack the lure. It's such a small fish. Couldn't get much smaller. See, it caught him under the chin there. Oh, this feels like a better fish. It's a nice bream. Got myself a nice bream. Got myself a really nice bream. I love that sound. It's not going to come quietly this one. He's a good one. I reckon he might be my fish of the day. And I tell you what, it was just about my last cast too. We're ready to hit home. Hey, he's nice. Come on, Mr. Bream. Yes. Oh, that's a nice fish to finish the day off. Wow, wow, wow. Love, love, love Mallacoota, because the fishing is just phenomenal and it's just beautiful. Last fish of the day, and what a way to finish it off, hey? Magnificent bream. Look at that. Well, what a magnificent winter's day we've had here at Mallacoota. Winter vibing is so much fun. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time on the water.